A black person who comes here from Nigeria or Jamaica or Brazil, they're not owed a penny from America. They chose to come here. We are talking about the people who are freedmen, the descendants of people emancipated by this country. We still know those people.
I'm honored to announce the allocation of over $1.1 billion in Indian housing block grant funding to nearly 600 tribal communities across the nation. This announcement comes at a very special time, as this year marks the 30th anniversary of the Native American Housing Assistance and Self-Determination Act.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
Alright, y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. So in this video, y'all, we going over reparations, to talk about reparations and the $1.1 billion that's going to Native Americans. Scott Turner, who is the House Secretary of Urban Development, showing how he's giving $1.1 billion to Native Americans. And it's just very strange that, you know, we don't have the policies about Black Americans. If you look at the statistics on us in this country, is crazy. So that we're still, you know, paying the $5 Indian, which I showed on my channel. All of those treaties that they did with the tribes was all illegal treaties. You know, they put people in position, and I'm standing on that. And we also going over Marcel, he running for Congress. We also got somebody in my Discord that's running for Congress. And we're gonna be pushing them to pushing the policies and the reparations that we want. I'm gonna show y'all a video here of how you're gonna speak, you know, when you get into Congress. Now, without further ado, y'all check this out.
Reparations is not based on race. It's based on status. A black person who comes here from Nigeria or Jamaica or Brazil, they're not owed a penny from America. They chose to come here. We are talking about the people who are freedmen, the descendants of people emancipated by this country. We still know those people because you are one of those people. I am one of those people. A lot of those people here in the audience, I just told you I could break down my genealogy. My dear Nana was 101 when she died. My great-grandfather just died 3 weeks ago. He was 100. He remembers fighting alongside white veterans in World War II. He remembers coming back and seeing his white veterans get homes and lands and pensions and the door being slammed in his face. And we are going to say that America that says liberty and justice for all, that's okay, get over it, keep it moving, while we have to hear never forget for everyone else's tragedy. And as far as from where reparations will come, I need people to stop thinking is going to come from their tax dollars. Look at all the trillions that America spends right now. We talk about inflation, the invisible tax. We have something called the PPP loans. Do we remember the PPP loans? America spent $6 trillion on PPP loans. You know what they just did? They canceled all of it. And we didn't even know. America gave the corporations, the banks alone, $29 trillion. You know what they did with that? They canceled all of it. So let's stop acting as if America is as hamstrung by debt as they want to pretend. Because when America wants to pay for something, they find a way to do it. And truth be told, the corporations, again, aren't hurting. The defense manufacturers aren't hurting. It's only Americans who are hurting. And that is a choice. We all know it's a choice. That's why we're running for office, because we know this country can do better. So I refuse to accept that this country can't do right by a people they've wronged for centuries, and I refuse to accept that any justice-minded person thinks that's the right thing to do.
As Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, I'm honored to announce the allocation of over $1.1 billion in Indian housing block grant funding to nearly 600 tribal communities across the nation. This announcement comes at a very special time, as this year marks the 30th anniversary of the Native American Housing Assistance and Self-Determination Act. 3 decades ago, NAHASDA reshaped how the federal government partners with tribal communities to address their housing needs. It recognized the power of self-determination and provided tribal nations with a flexible solution to identify their own housing needs and implement solutions tailored to fit their community. That vision has stood the test of time. Since its passage, NAHASDA has helped tribes build, acquire, and rehabilitate more than 160,000 homes across Indian country. These homes are more than bricks and mortar. There are places where families thrive, where traditions are honored, and where communities grow stronger. I have seen some of these units firsthand during my travels. NAHASDA replaced heavy-handed mandates from Washington, D.C. with the flexible block grant that have allowed tribes to meet the needs of their local communities. As sovereign nations, tribes are in the best position to know what their tribal members need. And NAHASDA recognizes that by upholding tribal sovereignty and tribal self-determination. This milestone is also a tribute to the extraordinary leadership of tribal governments and the dedication of tribal housing professionals. Their hard work has ensured that NAHASDA continues to deliver on its promise generation after generation. I hope you will join with us this year in celebrating the important milestone and in acknowledging the tireless efforts of those who have made NAHASDA a success. Visit www.hud.gov/NAHASDA30 to explore our Anniversary Communications Toolkit. Together, we honor the past, and we look forward to building a future where every Native family has access to safe, affordable, and culturally grounded housing. Thank you, and I look forward to visiting tribal communities around the country this year to see more outstanding NAHASDA projects in action.
Had a meeting and they were voting on reparations. The first question was, do you think slavery was the greatest crime against humanity? The second question was, do you think descendants of enslaved peoples deserve reparations? The UN voted yes, but 52 countries abstained and 3 said fuck no. I'm going to run down the list of all of the countries because I have it written down, but I just want to let you know that all of the EU abstained, all of it. You know how, like, I hate France. Do you know how disgusting of an individual that you have to be to force a country to pay you because you are allowing them to be free, pay them because you don't have slaves anymore, and now you're talking about legal fucking framework while you're in the same room as the ambassador? They just need to fight, because fuck the French, always and forever. Honestly, I think Iran can come after all of y'all. Portugal, duh. Portugal transported over 6 million enslaved peoples. They don't think they was wrong. This is the thing about the West. The West don't think they're wrong. Netherlands, crazy PR team because they're the Dutch West Indies Company, meaning they enslaved Indonesians, they enslaved Caribbeans. They still have, like, modern day Dutch pensions still hold money from slavery. The Amsterdam was built with slavery. Spain, need I see more? Mexico, what they did in Mexico to the indigenous tribes, the Aztecs. I don't know if it was Aztecs, actually. I'm not even gonna say all that. Columbus, Christopher fucking Columbus. San Junipero Serra in fucking California. Yeah, fucking disgusting. Settler colonialists. So if you were like Canada, New Zealand, Chile, Uruguay, they abstained because they are settler colonies. People came there that didn't live there and they killed the indigenous community or they assimilated them. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to New Zealand. Switzerland abstained, which is so, like, surprising, low-key, because, like, they never were involved in slavery. But you know what? They hold all the money and they probably got money from slavery still in their banks. Oman in the Middle East. I think that was the only Middle Eastern country that abstained. They have slaves currently. Aussie, Australia. Need I say any more? Fucking Britain sent a prison nation and they killed all their aboriginals and all those white people there are descendants of prisoners. Yeah, cool. Japan colonized South Korea. What is that? Unit 731. They're not good people in Japan. We need to stop fucking going to Japan. I better not see a nigga in Japan this summer. I'm not playing. And then the last 3, the other settler colonies, Argentina, Israel, and U.S. Now, everybody's like, why did Argentina do that? Why did Argentina do that? Because Argentina killed a lot of its indigenous people, indigenous brown and black people during the Dirty War. They killed a lot of those people. Like, they threw them out of the back of the planes. And they killed a lot of leftists too while they were at it. And then they restructured their racial system and gave, like, free visas out to Europe and, like, kind of incentivized white people to come live in Argentina. And so they pride themselves on being the most, like, lightest lightest country in South America. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Like literally mentally ill. Israel, so crazy that you voted against reparations when your whole shit is built on crimes against humanity need to have restitutions. I hate a bitch, man. I hate a bitch. Cause you know what's crazy? The whole world, everybody, even Russia and China agreed with us. Even though it's like, don't let Russia and China fool you because they're trying to hide that they're also imperialist. This is the thing. They're just trying to position themselves in a place where they are siding with the global south no matter what, and that they're always going to be against Western hegemony. Doesn't mean they're not going to be imperialist because Russia is in Sudan trying to get that gold. Don't let them play. To Ukraine and Armenia, I hope whatever crisis you're going through keeps continuing. And then to Georgia and Monaco, countries that nobody even fucking knew existed, the West doesn't give a fuck about you. You don't have a resource to give. And it's so crazy because these countries have built cathedrals, castles, buildings, cobblestone roads, all of these markets on top of enslaved money. And then you look at Britain, they just finished paying that fucking loan back to buy slaves. Like they took a loan out from a bank to buy slaves, and they just finished paying it back in 2015. But now you need legal framework, right? Now you need legal framework. Yeah, this is my thing, right? We better not visit any of these countries I just named. I'm never going to fucking Belgium. France stinks. Portugal, I heard it was pretty, but it's boring. Netherlands, fuck them. They stink too. And fuck Spain. Fuck New Zealand. Fuck Chile. Fuck. You know what, bitch? I wish y'all got stuck in that fucking mine cave. I hope y'all did. Y'all remember that Chile mine crisis? I hope they got stuck in that bitch. Uruguay, fucking gay. Fuck you. Canada. You're fucking Canadian. I knew fucking Drake was weird. And Israel, bitch, fuck you. And fuck Argentina. And I hope Argentina has a horrible day. Honestly.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.